Well, hey folks, how y'all doing? This is Fat Guy Flies RC coming to you from the man cave. Well, got the new 70mm F-22 Raptor from FREEWING. Now, I actually did not buy this one through Motion RC. I actually got it through RC Castle across the pond. I got it as soon as it was released, and was going to have it about 5 to 6 days before Motion RC had it, so I could get it out to y'all early, so y'all could, make informed decisions. And then Motion RC got them before I did. So I still have mine now, so here we go. Just let you know, I got it from RC Castle, not Motion RC. But if you want yours, I'll give you a link for both, either Motion RC, which I am an affiliate with, or RC Castle, which I'm not an affiliate with. But either way, whoever you want to buy from. Now that highly important matter is taken care of, let's unbox the plane. In this video, we're going to unbox it and assemble it, because it is an assembly, it's not a build. Even though the title may say build to the video, I just use the word build because it's shorter and it does better for internet tags and stuff. But it is an assembly. There's no, for me, a build is cutting and measuring and taping and manufacturing and putting it together. But anyways, let's talk about this. Enough of that stuff. This has a 2957 2201 kV end runner, 80 amp ESC with thrust reverse, so you'll need at least 7 channels receiver, 9 hybrid digital servos, 9 of them, and a 9 gram digital servo, probably for the rudder, or maybe the sequence gears, and electric landing gear with suspension. So let's go ahead and get it out of the box. Okay, you saw me cut the tape, so you know I've never been in this thing before. Just got it today. Of all things, it didn't come FedEx or anything. It actually came U.S. Postal Service, which is unusual. Usually it's FedEx or UPS or stuff like that. And it's a 2-part coffin. Manual not folded, which is always good. Do not like folded manuals. They are evil. Alright, right off the bat, you've got a little bag of screws. Looks like a 2mm hex drive with 6 screws. 4 for the rudder and 2 for the horizontal stabilizers. Okay, first wing here. Tell you what I'll do. I'll start taking all the stuff out, and then I'll fast forward as I do it, and then we'll talk about each individual piece. Okay. I want you to pay. I just got through, as you watch me fast forward through, got down to taking the fuselage out last, and I want you to look. You got your wheels and the end of where your elevators hook up at. Look at the resting point. They have wood reinforcements in here, along with the plastic bag. And that just sits down in there like that. Okay, this is one of the reasons why the model is $309, okay? They took some time to protect your investment, okay? That speaks volumes right there. Okay, that speaks volumes. All right. First off, you got your main wings, okay? And like with all these quality higher end models, you can maybe see the foam cells, but you can't feel them. CG marks already molded in the wings, so there won't be any confusion. This is the push button wing release system, like it's on Zeus and the 90 millimeters. They have it on a 70 millimeter. But look, ball links. All right, you push in to connect, push out, and released. If I remember right, I'll look at when I get the wings on. Quick connect ribbons there, and ball links already hooked up. I'm going to probably already perfectly centered. This is quality, folks. This is again why you're paying that much money. Rudders, beautiful decals already applied. All I'm going to be doing this thing is giving it a clear coat. That's all I'm going to do. And the only reason I'm giving a clear coat, number one, it looks cool, but number two, it helps protect the foam. Everything's already hooked up. All the control surfaces are hooked up. So this is going to be extremely easy, fast build. Six screws and a 2 millimeter hex drive will drive those 6 screws. Elevators. Beautiful. I mean, the quality here. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now, something else I've noticed. Look around. This is something all models, even my nearly $600 Avanti over there, Avanti 9, it doesn't have this. Around the inlet, this is all hard plastic. Hard plastic right here, okay? That's not. But that right there is hard plastic, okay? Plastic here. Let's look inside. That's nice, because you grab your mod, a lot of people grab their intakes and pick the jet up like that. Well, that hard plastic there. Huh. Okay, their control board is actually black now. I guess they done away with the blue board. Now they have the black board. So interesting. Got a sequencer there. Yeah. All right. You have flap, landing gear, rudder, elevator, aileron, throttle, and thrust reverse. So 7 channels. I'll be using their new Lemon RX 7-channel, Lemon RX Gen 2.1. It does have the telemetry, but I'll be honest, I have no idea how to hook that up. That part of it, I'm sure it's very simple, but I have no idea how to hook it up. Like I said, I'm sure it's simple. I'm not going to worry with it. EC5 connector, right there. EC5. And everything's hooks up right here. So you're going to be putting your battery, got plenty of room, and the receiver can go up there, route your antennas. So this will not be hard at all. All right, let's gather our materials, and we'll come back and we'll put this beautiful thing together. This thing, yeah, I'm happy. All right, we got all of our debris put away and out of the way. You're going to take your fuselage. Let's go ahead and get it up on the stand here if you don't already. Okay. Turn the aircraft over just because it's easier to do it to what we're doing here. All right, now if you're going to look, we're installing the elevators. Okay, if you look very closely, there's a little channel on the end of this support rod, or I don't know what, a shaft, elevator shaft. There's a little channel right there. Okay, you're going to take your elevators. Okay, they're going to slide in. Ball link on the underside. That's going to just slide right in. There's a little hard plastic channel that goes in. Okay. Now, you're going to take your 2 millimeter drive. You're going to drop the screw on the ground, pick it back up again. Make sure you do that. Little hole there. This is where you're going to screw this in. Go ahead and get it started. Okay. Slide your, and what we're going to be doing is that end of that flat screw is going to ride inside that channel there. And going to hold your elevator on, but make it, not bind it, but hold it in place. And you want the head of that screw to be in that channel. So you're not going to tighten it all the way. What I suggest doing is going all the way in until you feel it. Okay? Until you feel it stop. Hit that metal. And then back off just a little bit. Okay? Okay, that's a little tight because I'm feeling resistance there. Back off about half a turn. Nice and free. See? See? If it holds still, you're too tight. Back off half a turn. That's what you want. Okay? Same thing on the other side. Remember, if it doesn't move, it holds it in place. It's too tight. That one's fitting tighter. I'm going to take this one back out. Move that in some more. See how it just kind of rests on there? Right. They're not coming out. Okay? I'm going to turn. You got two holes here on either side. That's where that's going to be your target point. So they're going to flop around, no big deal. This is where we're going to grab both halves of our rudder. If you look down in here, you have a little pigtail. It's even labeled rudder. Okay? Make sure I get the correct rudder. It always helps you make sure you get the right rudder. Okay? Right rudder, left rudder. It's labeled rudder. Okay? You're going to hook these servo connections light to light, dark to dark. I don't care who makes the servo, what manufacturer it is, or whatever. It's always light to light, dark to dark. And I have hooked it up wrong. If you hooked it up wrong, you'll think, what on earth? Nothing's working. Plenty of room to fish that down in there. It's obvious how it goes. Okay. Make sure it just kind of fishes on down in there. Should line right up. Okay. See those? Remember those two holes I said pay attention to on the underside? That's what's going in there. Okay. Grab my rudder. Feel that hook in there. There's plenty of room for that little servo to hide down in there. That should, make sure you're not pinching any wires. If it doesn't go, say it went right down. If it doesn't go right down in there, then you've got something's in the way. All right. Now, I suggest this is where we got a little bit of guesswork, okay? Because you're going to have to go from, I don't want the rudders to flop out, so I'm going to go ahead and put the hex drive on there. I'm going to feel for them holes, okay? And feed that up in there. Just make it nice and tight and snug. Not so tight you don't overstrip it, but just nice and tight. Don't go crazy. Okay. Now when I get done, I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to feel. I'm just basically just getting them snugged in there for now. Find that hole there. And the reason I'm saying, you're thinking, why don't you just turn the model over? Well, you know, we could for this one because the other one's in place, and I can hold that rudder. Keep it from. It should pressure hold in there, but yeah, it's probably going to stay in there. I'm going to hold it in place. Okay. Now these two holes, I mean, they're obvious. Have a definite body mount. If it doesn't go right in there, kind of reposition a little bit. Should go right in there. Not sure I was going to drop that. Okay. Now I'll go ahead and check these other ones, make sure they're good and snug, not over tight. Just nice and snug. And that's kind of one of them unspoken. You'll know if you go too far because you'll strip it. Alright, those are in there. Now, the servos should already be centered, but yeah, they look like they're centered. I'm going to assume that they are, which I know that's a bad thing to do, to assume. You know what? We'll come back to that. We'll do that last. Okay? We'll hook up the elevators last. Now we're going to install the wing, and installing the wing is completely very, very hard and very laborious. Okay, make sure that you got these two pins. Hit them to where they're extended like that. These two pins are extended. You should see white. If they're down and they're just gray, they're not out. Okay. You want them to see white. Okay, hole there for the wing spar. Grab your connector pin. It only connects one way, so you really can't screw it up. Slide in the wing spar. Make sure the wire feeds in. Push those in. And that wing is connected. Okay. Grab your ribbon cable, plug it in. It only feeds in one way. It's got little teeth on it. They only go in one way. Okay. Line up your wing spar. Now this one's got a little bit shorter of a lead. Now, this one I'm going to have to get lined up first. Lead on the other one was a little bit longer. Okay. Now I can hook it up. All right, don't see any gray. We don't see any white. And that wing's on there. Now, the most complicated part of this assembly, horrible, terrible, nose cone installation. That's terrible. That just took so long. And that is the very basic assembly of the FREEWING 70mm F-22 Raptor. Now I'm going to install my receiver. which will be the Limit RX Gen 2 2.0, the newer one. And then I'll know that my servos are centered for sure. I know I said they're more than likely are, but I want to make sure they are. And I always do that once I bound up the aircraft and I've got her ready to go. And then I'll do all my trimming and everything, or well, bench trimming. But to show you where I'm going to be putting the receiver, you got your black box, control box there, and there's enough space to the right of it to lay your receiver in long ways. And that's where I'll be installing it, because your battery's going to be back here. Have my antennas routed. I'll show you. But there you go. That is the basic, very basic unboxing assembly of the all-new Freewing F-22 Raptor. And this is Fat Guy Flies RC saying God bless y'all. God is good. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget, folks, I can't talk today. Don't forget, folks, faith, family, and friends, and the jets. Bye-bye.